Here's your race leader on pit road, Dick.
And Matt Kenseth absolutely smoked the front tires coming off pit road. This is the money stop. This is the one, Steve.
David Reagan on pit road. His car is tight in the center. They'll make what they think might be their final adjustments. 4 tires for David Reagan. Matt.
Overall, a little bit free is what Carl Edwards says about the 99 machine. They're going to make one small adjustment for him. To Steve.
Matt, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is coming down pit road. Marcus Ambrose in as well. Earnhardt Jr. saying that his car has been getting very tight. They're going to undo what they did on the last adjustment. Matt?
Clint Boyer's team on the wall waiting for the 33 machine. The signboard is out. Former Truck Series winner here at Texas comes to a stop. Small air pressure change. He needs the race car to turn better in the center of the corner to try to make up headway on that 17 car. Dick.
And Jimmy Johnson on pit road for what should be his final pit stop as well. Minor adjustments in the last couple stops for Johnson.
And Kurt Busch once again becomes the leader because Steve Addington keeps him out on the racetrack as everyone else comes to pit road. It's been a while since Ryan Newman's been in. He's up to second. Kyle Busch third, then Kenseth and Tony Stewart.
Been some interesting strategy tonight, Larry. Just kind of how people are playing this race. Some coming and getting the tires and the fuel, and others trying to play for that caution.
Kristen.
One of the things Donnie Wingo telling his driver Trevor Bayne to pace himself. This is a long race. He's used to some of those shorter races. He's doing a great job hanging in there and remembering this is a marathon. He's ready for the final sprint.
So the first 3 in this race have not been on pit road for a while. Matt Kenseth in 4th is the first car who's already made what would be his last green flag stop. Kurt Busch out front of the Samsung Mobile 500 with 36 laps, and for most, 1 pit stop to go. But interesting strategies playing out in Texas with 30 laps to go. Kurt Busch, last on pit road at lap 270, would have to run the last 64 laps on 1 tank of fuel should this race stay green. We don't quite think that's possible. Matt Kenseth has been in 25 laps later. He's the second place car, 16 seconds back. Kyle Busch was in 2 laps before his brother. Probably can't make it. Clint Boyer is 4th. He was in at lap 296. Probably can. Tony Stewart comes up in 5th place, even despite the penalty for speeding, getting onto pit lane for what he hoped could be his last stop. And he's kind of on the cusp. Can he make it?
You know, the most that we've seen Kurt Busch run, Mike, is about 51 to 52 laps. You know, we feel strongly Tony Stewart in his 14 car, he's already run 58 laps, and that's all he has to do is run 58. But let me point this out. When I look at our last 5 Texas races in the spring, even though they were in the daytime, I don't think that matters as far as this number right here. The last caution flag normally comes out average 20 to 25 laps to go, somewhere around lap 313, 315, right in there. We may not be finished with our cautions.
So that would be sometime in the next 10 laps.
And nobody wants that more than that 22 car of Kurt Busch.
David Reagan again finds himself trying to unlap himself in the number 6 from Kurt Busch to get back on the lead lap. Reagan is the 11th place car. Denny Hamlin trying to stay on the lead lap is the 10th place car, and he's about to go 1 down.
Well, those numbers, Larry, are pretty solid numbers, and I can't imagine we're not going to have at least 1 more caution flag. It just has that feel to it to me.
Reagan shoots through. He's back on the lead lap, and Hamlin, who's won the last 2 Sprint Cup races here, goes 1 lap down.
Yeah, Darrell, we're closing in on 100 laps since we had that last caution, and all of a sudden now these drivers are being told 25 laps to go. They try to get up on that wheel a little bit more, get a little extra, get yourself in trouble.
So second place Matt Kenseth can make it all the way. So can third place Clint Boyer. Carl Edwards in 6th, Marcus Ambrose in 7th, Paul Menard in 8th, Greg Biffle in 9th, David Reagan in 10th, Earnhardt Jr. in 11th. They can all go the distance should we stay green. There's the interval, and you see Kenseth cutting it down.
Yeah, right now, Matt Kenseth is in his own zip code as we see Denny Hamlin in 11 hit pit road for what might be his final stop.
Kenseth has just ran a 30.99. Kurt Busch out there running 31.60.
0.6 of a second. The leader is giving up to the second place car. And it's all going to come down to when or if the next caution falls. Hamlin scoots away and he'll fall 2 laps down to at least 18th position.
I've been really surprised. The pace this race has been run at, hard as these guys are racing tonight, no engine failures that I'm aware of. I don't recall seeing anybody go to the garage with an engine problem. It's a real tribute to the engines and the guys that build them.
One bad crash tonight, the one that took Martin Truex, Mark Martin and Regan Smith out of the race. Otherwise pretty much trouble free. And here's the race leader. Kurt Busch comes to pit road for his final stop with 13 laps to go. This will hand the lead to Matt Kenseth. And here's Matt Yoakum.
A nice entry into his box. Mike, they told him do not slide the tires because the game plan is just right side tires only. They only need 1 can of fuel, and he's away.
Busch drops to 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Andy Lally comes in and Kyle Busch comes in to make his final stop.
And remember, he could go a little further because he had to make that unscheduled stop from the last time because he had to come back for a loose wheel.
They took 2 tires. I guess they needed that much fuel, but I don't know if I wouldn't have shot some fuel in that thing and got it back out there.
Steve?
And Kyle Busch off pit road, he just said, fix me up so I'm not tight in the corners and I'll make a run at him.
You got to wonder what might have been for Tony Stewart had he not been too fast entering the pits when he came in to make that stop. When they stretched their fuel mileage, Stewart might be the leader of this race instead of being 15 seconds behind.
Yeah, 15 seconds. Think about that penalty, the drive-through penalty. That cost him a lot more than 15 seconds. But right now he's sitting in 3rd. This is a battle for 5th place with Paul Menard in the 27, Greg Biffle in the 16, 11 laps to go.
And if Biffle clears Menard, he's only another second behind his teammate Carl Edwards. But Menard is holding tough for a top 5 finish tonight.
Menard's done a nice job. That team has really been on a roll.
Clint Boyers led 44 circuits tonight. 8 seconds back of Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, Clint Boyer's looking for one of 2 things, a caution or the end of the race, because he's 8 seconds behind Matt Kenseth, 7 seconds in front of Tony Stewart. This is a battle with 3 drivers, though, for 8th spot.
Biffle keeps working over Menard to break into the top 5. And on the right, Reagan trying to hold off Earnhardt Jr. and his teammate Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, with 9 laps to go here, it's tightening up all the way around the racetrack for every position.
And this is where you're prone to get that caution we were talking about.
Trying a little too hard.
Matt Kenseth's lead over Boyer, 7.8 seconds. He has won here before, but Dick Berggren, he's also had heartbreaks here.
Yeah, he's had heartbreaks here twice. He was passed with the lead with 1 to go in the spring of 2007. Jeff Burton won that one. And in the fall of 07 with 3 to go, Jimmy Johnson passed for the lead and wound up winning the race. So no doubt Kenseth has his eye on the mirror because all night long he has worried about Clint Boyer, who is now in 2nd.
Thanks, Dick. This 5th place battle won't quit. Finally, Biffle gets to use Bobby Labonte as a pick, run Menard a little bit up the hill, and take over 5th place.
Here comes 05 time. He just got by Dale Jr. there. That's a race for position. Now he's going after our pole setter up there. 48 car coming on strong here in these final few laps.
You know what? Strong top 10 run tonight for David Reagan. Just what he needed.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Following a top 10 finish at Martinsville last week. Yeah, Matt Kenseth knows as we're coming to 2 laps to go, if he sees that white flag, that all he has to do is make that last lap because we'll have us a race then.
He won here in 2002. He's had 11 top 10s here, 8 top 5s. He's finished top 5 3 of the last 4 Texas races.
Well, you might want to update those statistics on the caution flags within the last 20-some laps.
We'll be back here in a year.
Maybe it has. Maybe it's because it's a night race. That changed everything.
Put a little exclamation.
That's right, little exclamation point. Here we go.
White flag coming for Carl Edwards. Boyer all alone in second. Kenseth out front. Boyer all alone in second.
I think there's some cars running out of gas here, Larry. I see the 24 slow down the back.
He was one of the cars that was trying to stretch the fuel a lot more than Stewart.
And Stewart's out. Edwards
out
passes him.
Yep, Stewart's out of gas.
But here comes Matt Kenseth.
He's not out of gas.
For Roush Fenway Racing. What a night for Kenseth. He will win the Samsung Mobile 500. 8 seconds back. Clint Boyer is going to finish second. And the battle evaporated between Stewart and Edwards when Stewart ran out of gas. Edwards is going to have to hold off Biffle and does. Then Menard. Then Ambrose, 3 car lengths ahead of David Reagan, Jimmy Johnson, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
And Kurt Busch got a top 10 finish out of that 22 car. And there you see Tony Stewart out of gas.
Sort of reminiscent of New Hampshire at the end of last year.
Stewart finishes 12th, last car on the lead lap. Matt Kenseth scores his first win in the last 77 races, not since Auto Club Speedway February 2009 as he driven to victory lane. It's the 8th win here for Roush Fenway. And Matt becomes the 6th different winner in 7 races this year. He gets a bonus point for winning and another bonus point for leading the most laps tonight, 169 of them. Who had Kenseth in the pool?
No one.
Some nights are like that.
We all said we should. Every one of us said we should
have picked Matt Kenseth.
Well, Matt Kenseth, when you came across the start-finish line and took the checkered flag, I heard you tell the guys, "Thanks, guys. I didn't know if I was going to win one again."
Man, I mean, I've said that after every win, but especially after over 2 years, I didn't know if I'd ever have a chance to get here again. So, really want to thank Jimmy and this whole team for working as hard as they do in this pit crew, and really Crown Royal Black Sprint, Gatorade, and the fans up there. I mean, gosh, you had a packed house tonight, and probably wasn't the closest finish for him, but it was great racing all night, and Ford Motor Company as well.
Matt, in your mind, what was the key to winning this race?
Being in front. I mean, a couple times we got behind a little bit. It took a while to get in the front, so we were short on fuel, and because of the tire situation, how much time you could gain on tires, we got lucky, and when we pitted, it forced the field to pit. So that was the key in long runs. And I also need to thank the Lord. I've been so blessed in my life, and got a beautiful family and a great team. I do what I love for a living, and I'm really thankful for that.
Congratulations, Matt. Thank you. Let's go back to Chris Myers.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, February, Matt and his wife giving birth to Grace Catherine Kenseth, and of course also the same month his Packers winning the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, Clint Boyer, who led 44 laps tonight, as Jack Roush, the Cat in the Hat, celebrates with Matt Kenseth. Boyer could have been a lot worse. He led, as we said, made a nice save here at these high speeds on the Texas Motor Speedway, and our Chris Devoda spoke with the second place finisher tonight.
Well, an amazing save and his best finish at Texas, but I would imagine you go to bed tonight thinking that cowboy hat would have looked good on me.
Yeah, dang it. You know, that was my fault. Totally my fault. You come up on them lappers and they hold you up so bad. Matt started to catch me, and I was pressing, trying to get around him, and he gave me room. I just slid up and got into him. Man, I thought it was going to end our day completely, but really proud of Shane Wilson, everybody on this Cheerios Hamburger Helper Chevrolet, everybody that is involved with this program, BB&T, SKF, Menards, Chevrolet, everybody. You know, we're trying to get some more sponsorship for the end of the year for this thing, but all the spots aren't filled, and hopefully good runs like that will get the job done.
Good run indeed. Third top 10, this one a top 5 for Clint Boyer.
What an impressive run by Carl Edwards. How do you stay focused in that race car when you're dealing with a health issue?
I'm all hopped up on Pepto-Bismol. I hate to throw my mom under the bus, but she cooked a little something last night that I don't think was too good. And I think we chose the wrong package. Bob and I were just talking about it. I feel good now, but Matt and those guys did a great job. Congratulations to them. Got to thank Scott's, Easy Seat, Aflac, Ford. I mean, that's a Ford sweep. you know, Matt and those guys are running like they should be running, and the great thing is we know what he's got in his car, and I'm excited to go to the next one. This Darlington's going to be good.
Carl Edwards, third.